Mommy, and welcome back to my channel. This is day 3 of Vlogmas, and today I'm not doing a vlog. Today I'm just doing a sit down video in what I am going to title the shower cap series. It's called the shower cap series, and this we are trying to mimic Craving Yellow's satin bonnet series. I tried to look for a satin bonnet, but I in fact did not have one. I only had a blue shower cap, so we're gonna call this the shower cap series. I also tried to look for a gown, but I don't have one. I just found my kikoi, so it's the shower cap and kikoi series. This video is just like a response to Craving Yellow's video that she put up. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. If you've not had a chance to check it out, please check it out. I'll leave a link in the description box down below. But basically her video was just all about what vlogging and blogging and like social media influencing has become in Kenya over the past few months. I guess over the past few years, because she's talking more about long-term vlogging and long-term blogging. And I watched that video and I kept pausing because I kept thinking and I just have to be honest, like from the beginning, there's many things that she said that I don't agree with, and there's many things that she said that I do agree with. So I just wanted to come on here and just talk about some of those things. But first of all, I just feel it's important for me to acknowledge that I really love the fact that she made that video. I really love the fact that we are having these kinds of conversations, because the only way that a space can grow and can like expand and can get better is if people start questioning the way things are being done. So I really like the fact that she actually made the video. So thank you, Tabitha, for making that video. Let me also clarify that this is not gonna be a bashing of Tabitha's video, and Tabitha is her real name, by the way. She's not called Craving Yellow. Her birth certificate is not written Craving Yellow Onyango. It's not. Her real name is Tabitha Tongoi. And let me just say that I really appreciate the fact that she made that video. It was a really nice video. I think the fact that you had the guts to actually come up and give your honest and your honest and open opinions about the blogging and vlogging space, I think that's really cool. I'm not gonna be bashing her. I'm just giving my opinion about some of the things that she mentioned, which I've mentioned. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't agree with. Before I continue with this video, if you have not already, please subscribe to my channel. So like I mentioned, I think the video impacted me in several ways, and I'm gonna give you a list of things that I agreed with from what she said and things that I didn't agree with. I'm not gonna give you like a breakdown of what she actually talked about in the video. I feel like you need to go and watch the video for you to understand this one, so go and watch it. But before I even get into that, let me explain to you guys a little bit about how I ended up becoming an influencer, if you want to think about it that way, or a digital content creator, because that's how I think about it. I feel like I became an influencer absolutely like by mistake. Like I feel like someone in heaven was handing out roles or handing out jobs, and then they accidentally poured the influencer bucket on my head. Like by mistake, she was supposed to pour someone else, and then it went on Joan, because that's how I feel about how I became an influencer. Honestly, I had no intention, none whatsoever, of becoming an influencer. And this is the first point at which I feel like my perspective is going to be very different from Tabitha's, because for her, she mentioned very clearly in the video that she actually intentionally started her vlog or her blog so that she can actually talk about certain things, and she was experiencing loneliness in the States and she wanted to connect with people, and so that's why she started the vlog. For me, it's completely the opposite of that, because I did not intend to become an influencer. How I even started Yummy Mommy to begin with, and many of you guys know that I have had my Instagram page probably for like maybe the past 4 years or so, but I've only had my YouTube channel for the past like 3 to 4 months. So my Instagram page originally was called Goldilocks, and that's because I have golden locks under my blue shower cap. I'm not gonna show you because I'm kind of digging this blue shower cap. Like, it's bomb, it's bomb. So it started originally being called Goldilocks because my hair is golden. But then after some time, like about, I think it was last year, like towards the end of last year actually, I had about 2,000, 3,000 followers. No, that's a lie. I had about 5,000 followers. And I had cut my dreadlocks, by the way, in I think June or July of 2016. And then I was thinking like, okay, I think I need to change my name, because like now I was like, I'm so much more than just like golden locks. And now I didn't even have the golden locks to begin with. I mean, my hair was kind of golden, but it was like just palmed hair, but basically I just didn't have locks. So I was thinking of another name, like what should I call myself? And I knew I wanted it to be something to do with motherhood, because I remember I used to post a lot about motherhood. So I thought, what name can I give it which is like motherhood oriented? So I thought it has to have something like mom. And then I just went online and I just searched for like mom names, mom taglines, and I came across Yummy Mommy. And by the way, it's not a trademarked name. There are other Yummy Mommies. Yummy Mommy is like a category. it's a tier. We are yummy mummies. That is how the yummy mummy came about. And there's like I think there's a celebrity in like Australia or something called Yummy Mummy. But because me, I just like the name, I was like, oh, I'll be the Kenyan Yummy Mummy. And that's how it started. And let me tell you guys so completely honestly from the bottom of my heart, it was not intentional for me to like actually now start creating content and collaborating with brands and whatnot. For me, honestly, I just used to post my life. Like I just used to post like the things that I wake up thinking about, the things which I'm experiencing, like giving birth and being married, and you know, just the challenges I'm facing. On my Instagram, by the way, you'll see that is basically all that I post. Like on my Insta stories, I'm just talking about the things which are happening in my life. I talk about my thoughts. For me, social media was like an outlet which I could use for me to like vent, for me to like, I almost thought about social media as like having like a whole bunch of friends who I'm not seeing. That's how I thought about social media. But like, interestingly enough, over time, like months and months came. By the beginning of this year is when I started realizing many people are following me. Like, in fact, I used to tell my husband, like, why are these people following me? What are you guys following me to see? Like, honestly, I was so confused because I was just like, I don't understand why people are following me. And people kept telling me, oh, you're so inspiring. Oh, wow, I really like your content. But at that point, I wasn't even thinking about it as like content. For me, it was just, I'm just posting things that I like. I like taking pictures of myself. I like having pictures taken of me, and I like posting them, and that's it. And I like talking about the stuff that I'm talking about. I like talking about my experiences. I like connecting with people online. It was not intentional, but over time I realized more and more, the more that I spoke about my life, the more I spoke about things like motherhood and marriage, people started following me. And so that's how I guess I became an influencer. Towards the middle of this year, around like May, April, there is when I started to actually get intentional about the content that I was creating. Like I now started saying, okay, fine, people really like hearing me talk about motherhood. People like hearing me talk about marriage. So let me talk more about those things. People like seeing the clothes that I'm wearing. People like, you know, when I talk about self-confidence and how I built my self-confidence and how I raise my kids and how I am with my sisters and how I, you know, friendships and that kind of thing. So I was like, people really want to hear those things from me, so I'll talk about it. And so that's when I actually started consciously creating content for my space, and that's like from around May, June over there. And then of course 4 months ago, I think in August, that's when I started my YouTube channel. And the only reason I started it is because I realized I do a lot of Insta stories. Like already anyone can tell you, like my Insta stories zimeja hivi, there are too many. And I really wanted an outlet where I could make like long form video and for it to be there, because I found that many people like who started following me kept asking me the same questions that I'd answered already, and it kept getting like really tiring for me to answer those questions. So what I did is that I started my YouTube channel, which is doing so well. Thank you guys for 11K. Hey. And so that's why I did it. And honestly, it like I'm telling you, initially it was not like oh my god, I want to make money. Oh my gosh, I really want to just collaborate with brands. I don't want to have to work. That was not at all in my mind. It just happened, and like now I'm here. I even tell my husband that I find it so strange. Like when people come up to me like, oh my god, Yummy Mommy, you're like a celeb, and I'm just like, guys, it's just me. Like I'm just a person. As in, I find it so strange. I agree with Tabitha on that, because she said that she also finds it difficult, like when people are always coming up to her and like, oh my gosh, I follow you. And it's a really strange thing, because to us, like to me, I don't feel like I'm special. I just feel like I'm just the same, just like anyone else, you know. But so that's my story. That's how I became an influencer, and that's how I became a digital content creator. Now I feel like because I'm doing this full time, and I know many of you have many questions about my job and what happened, and I am planning to make a full career journey video on like my path from when I was an intern to when I was a head of department to basically to what I am doing right now, and it's coming very soon. This vlogmas haitaisha kabla sijatengeneza hiyo video. But so basically that's my journey. Now I appreciate that Tabitha's journey was very different. Like I've mentioned, she started out, you know, wanting to actually create a certain type of content because she wanted to connect with people back in Kenya when she was in the States. And honestly, I really like, I respect her so much as a content creator. I've been following her for like 2-3 years, and I really love her content, and I really like what she does in her space, and I completely appreciate and acknowledge all the things that she was saying in the video. I understand that for you, this is your experience, and that's your channel, so you have the right to put whatever it is that you want, and no one should make you feel like you can't. The same way I'm putting this video and I feel like I can do what I want because my channel is the same way you should also feel. So big up to you, Tabitha, for making that video. Now guys, it's already been 10 minutes and I haven't even started talking about what this video is about. So now let me get to it. Let me talk about first the few things that I agree about, I agree with in the video, and then I'll talk about the few things that I disagree with in the video. The first thing that I agree with is Tabitha makes reference to this whole generation of people who are coming up who think that blogging or vlogging or influencing is like quick money, easy money. Like, how can I just become an influencer so that I don't have to work, so that I don't have to, you know, like get a job and stuff like that. It's so easy. It just seems so fun and so just like, woo! And to some extent, I feel like we social media content creators are to blame, because sometimes we make it seem so easy. And I mean, it's not like difficult. It's not the most difficult job. It's not like rocket science, but it's not completely easy. It's not easy editing. It's not easy coming up with concepts. It's not easy, you know, like just the whole work that goes into creating a video like this one, or that goes into creating even the Instagram pictures that you see, the money, the time, the energy. It's not easy. And there are many people who, as in the number of DMs I get where someone just tells me, hey, I just started a YouTube channel, how do I get more views, how do I get to 1,000 subscribers? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Like, you just have to work. Sometimes I feel extremely blessed because I realized that my channel has grown a lot in a short period of time. And if I was to tell you like one specific thing that has made it grow, I honestly don't know. Like, I can't tell you what that thing is. People just come. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to put it, but all I can tell people is that vlogging and blogging, it's not an easy career. All careers are hard. You just, because you're not doing it, everything always seems much easier. You see a watch, you're like, oh, your cousin is Raisi. You see an engineer, oh, your cousin Raisi. Or you see someone in your office, that person is just a copywriter, or that person just draws cartoons. It seems easy, but it's not easy. So it's not easy. So I agree with Tabitha on that. The second thing I agree with is when she mentioned, and this is basically related to the first one, is that hard work is involved in content creation. Like, social media, hard work is involved. Like, it's not just all fun. You don't just wake up and go for photo shoots all the time. You have to plan things. You have to have meetings. You have to, you know, come up with concepts. You need to, even when you're working with a brand, you need to see how your brand and their brand are going to be able to meet for it to actually make sense, and, you know, for it to be valuable to that brand and to your brand as well. So it's hard work. And more importantly, which she also mentioned in the video, not everyone makes it. Like, many people see, like, you see these 10, you know, content creators who you think are so cool and are so awesome, and then you think like, oh wow, I mean, if they are doing it, why can't I do it? Trust me, let me tell you, out of like 10 who make it, there are probably 300 who tried and who didn't make it. And let me tell you, this is like true for almost any career that you see which looks flashy and cool, like a singer, a celebrity, a footballer. Many people try. The people who you see who have made it, that's like a tiny fraction of the people who are actually trying. So don't think that just because the people who you've seen have made it, now it means you're gonna make it. You might not make it. There are very many factors that are to be considered. Guys, wait, it's trying to embarrass me. Okay, the next thing I agree with, and guys, I'm trying to go through this list as fast as possible so this video is not 50 minutes long. The next thing I agree with, which she mentioned, is that it's really important to create content that you're proud of and content that you like. I completely acknowledge the fact that she felt that she reached a point where she wasn't even really that interested in the content she was creating, and she didn't feel like it was sustainable. She didn't feel like it was like leaving a legacy. And I feel like that's a really good point. Like, many people come onto the YouTube space and they even ask you like, oh, what do you think I should talk about? And I'm like, why are you asking me? I'm not you. You're the one who knows what you should be talking about. When I started my YouTube channel, I honestly didn't want to focus on one thing, because for me, I felt like as a mom, as a wife, I'm so many different things. I have so many different interests. I like talking about motherhood. I like talking about marriage because those things mean something to me. But at the same time, I also like talking about fashion because I like fashion. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things that I could talk about, but I completely agree with her that the content you create needs to speak for something, so that later on, a year from now, when I look at that content, I won't be like, as in a whole year, I've just been talking about, you know, as in something which didn't mean a lot to me. And not to say that there are certain topics which are useless or are invaluable, but to me, I know the things which I need to present on this platform for it to actually make sense for me. Like, for example, when I talk about being a single mom, when I talk about my marriage with Zach, when I talk about what it's like to be a mother, I know that those topics actually impact people because they message me later and they tell me, hey Joanne, you know, I watched this video and it really touched me, or because of your video I've done this and this and this, or I really learned something, and that keeps me going. Like, honestly, those DMs, those messages, those comments, those things keep me going. Like, when I see someone say that they were helped somehow by my video, I love it so much. So I agree with her. You need to create content that you're actually proud of, and that years from now you're gonna be able to be like, yeah, I think I've actually done something worthwhile. I also agree with her, and this one, I mean, this one is like, it's very debatable, but I do agree with her that the Kenyan vlogging and blogging space is extremely shallow. Like, I don't know, I think it's just that we are still in that development phase. I imagine even the UK and the US and all those, Australia and all those other countries at some point went through this phase, but I feel like we still have a long way to go for us to be like where the content is like a good, it's like good values, like valuable content. Because right now there's just too many channels of people just like, you even watch a video and you're like, seriously? And I'm pretty sure, I'm not even judging harshly, I'm pretty sure even those people, when they're making it, they're just like, I just want to have a video, I just want to put up a video. And it's like they haven't put that much thought into what they're creating, why they're creating it, who they're creating it for, and what their impact is going to be. So I agree with her. The Kenyan YouTube space, we just need to do better. And I'm not saying those people need to do better, I'm saying we all need to do better, because I'm part of that world. The other thing, and I'm almost done with the things that I agree with, but the other thing that I agree with in her video is that the path to success on YouTube and on social media is not as linear as it seems. So many people message me, like I've already mentioned, to ask me, how have you grown so fast? How do you get so many followers? How do you grow I grow on my Instagram, I grow by around 1,000 followers every 5 to 6 days. And on my YouTube, I grow 1,000 followers maybe every 1.5 weeks or so. And I mean, there's no science to it, honestly. It's something which just takes time. It's like asking my dad, how have you become such a good doctor? It's time, it's practice, it's energy, it's effort. The more I put into it, the more it gives me back. You can't just go on YouTube like today and then tomorrow I mean, it depends on who you are. If you're Vera Sidika, I mean, cool, I mean, you're gonna get your 1 million views on your first video. But if you're not, you're gonna need to put in time and effort. Don't expect to just get onto YouTube today or get onto Instagram today and then you know suddenly have made it. There are people who are huge Instagrammers who have taken 5 years to build their platform, YouTubers who have taken 10 years to build their platform. So don't expect to just go on and then suddenly it's like, wow, you're a star. It's not gonna happen. The other thing I agree with, and this is the second last point of what I agree with, the other thing I agree with is that you have a lot you can learn in a corporate job. More and more, like she said, in our generation and the generation which is after us. I'm 28 years old, by the way, so I'm only 1 year older than Tabitha. Tabitha, I'm like your grandmother. I'm like your grandma. I'm old enough to be your grandma. A lot of people in this generation and the next generation are really glorifying this whole be your own boss, you know, you want to be an entrepreneur, which I think is amazing. But there is still a role to be played by corporate jobs and formal employment, because people still need to do those jobs. And being an entrepreneur is not as rosy as people make it seem. It takes a lot of energy, and people need to realize that. People need to realize that it's possible for you to be 100% fulfilled in a corporate job. It's also possible for you to be 100% fulfilled in an entrepreneurial job. But both of them take time and take energy. That's all I'll say. But I have worked in corporate settings for, the past 4 years, and I have learned so much. I don't think I would have the confidence to be here doing this right now if I had not started out in corporate. Honestly, I can say that. And the jobs I've had have been amazing, and they have taught me so much stuff. So there's a lot to be learned in corporate. Don't just shun it and just say, may just want to be YouTuber, may just want to be an entrepreneur. There's a lot to be learned in that space as well. There has to be an end goal. That one really hit home for me, because I really felt challenged by that. Thank you for that, Tabitha. The fact that you can't just be wherever it is that you are, whether it's YouTube or corporate, you have to be thinking about, where do I want to be, whether it's in terms of like investments you want to make, or in terms of like ultimately your self-actualization. Like, I'm on YouTube right now. Tomorrow, do I want to eventually save up money and, I don't know, move to Haiti and build a medical camp? Or do I want to be able to start my own line like Joanna K? Hey girl, I see you, can't wait to get my lipsticks. Or do you want to start your own shop like Nancy Mwai? Shout out to her as well. You have to think about what is that next thing. For me, honestly, I'm still in the process. I have to be honest, I haven't figured out what that end goal is. Zach actually asked me that very recently. He was like, babe, what's your end goal when it comes to this, YouTubing and what? And I'm like, honestly, right now, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I feel like there's so many different things I want to do. Like, I do want to start a shop at some point. Like, I'm really passionate about plus size clothing, and the fact that it's so difficult to get plus size clothing in Kenya. I'm really passionate about the media. I feel like I could find myself in media, but right now I'm still trying to figure it out. But whether or not you want to be a blogger or you're in corporate, you need to figure out what is your end goal. What is it, girl? What is it that you're trying to do? Because ultimately that's what you're gonna be working towards. All this is just going to be a means to that end. So all that being said, I just want to mention a few things that I really did not agree with in her video, or that really rubbed me the wrong way from the video. I just want to just speak out about some of the things that I felt I did not agree with in that video. So the first thing that really rubbed me the wrong way when I watched the video is there's a point at which she said, you know, at some point I came back and I said, is this really my full potential, just to be here on YouTube sharing my life, sharing, you know, just creating content, collaborating with brands? Is this really my full potential? And I really felt like that statement came off a little bit condescending on people who are content creators. Let me tell you, right now in the world, content creation and digital content creation, specifically YouTuber, is one way that new millionaires are being made. There's actually a study, nitaiweka hapo kwa description box huko chini, but there's a study about where millionaires in this day and age are coming from. Some of them are coming from oil and gas, some of them are coming from, you know, corporate jobs, but many of them are coming from digital, because digital has opened up this huge, amazing new frontier that people can actually make money. And so, I mean, to say that, you know, being on YouTube is not necessarily fulfilling one's full potential, or like to make it seem as if this one is like a lesser job than a job that someone would be doing somewhere else, I really didn't agree with that necessarily. Mukami, please zima yo pump kidogo. Okay, asante. The second thing that I didn't quite agree with is I felt that the video kind of trivialized some content or some topics that YouTubers online really like and really enjoy creating content about, and that people actually enjoy watching. Things to do with like makeup, things to do with hair. And I realized that some of these things seem really superficial. Like you see somebody just posting, oh, this wig, oh, you get this lipstick, oh wow, I got a haul. I went to LC Waikiki, and I know me, I've done a number of LC Waikiki hauls. But I feel like it's deeper than that. First and foremost, I feel like as a woman, just as a woman, you have so much to you. Like there's Joanne who's a mother, there's Joanne who's a wife, there's Joanne who's a content creator, or Joanne who's a marketer, but there's also Joanne, just the woman who wants to know where to get a nice lipstick. And there's also just Joanne who wants to know how to lay her wig, because those are things that actually in my day-to-day life I actually do think about. Actually, for me, the reason why I'm constantly posting fashion related things on my Instagram and on my YouTube is because no matter what, every single time I post an outfit of something I'm wearing, people will message me and ask me, where did you get this? Where did you get this? Where did you get this? And that tells me that people actually want to know. So I post it so that I can spend time, instead of responding to 1,000 DMs one by one, I can actually give it all the information all at once. Secondly, I feel like there are some topics which, I mean, inner beauty is important, yes, and I feel like in my channel I do talk about inner beauty, but I would hate for my channel to be only about inner beauty. Why? Because like I've said, I'm a woman and I have so many facets to me. Like yes, I do care about inner beauty, which is why I'll talk about, you know, things like to do with you know, self-confidence and self-esteem and how to love yourself. But at the same time, there's also the part of me that loves these other things. And there's a reason, guys, there's a reason why makeup and beauty industry is the biggest, is like one of the biggest in the whole world. It's a multi-trillion-dollar industry for a reason, because people like those kinds of things. People watch those. People, I mean, it's such a huge market, to the extent that you can't actually trivialize that kind of topic. And I felt like the video almost sort of made it seem like those topics are less desirable for you to be a content creator about than the other topics which are to do with, you know, like more intrinsic and deeper kind of facing things. Like if I can even just give you an example of something that happened to me recently. I met a lady who told me, you know, Joanne, if you see me in a crop top today, it's because of you. It's because seeing you wearing what you want has given me the confidence to do this. And you know, the lady was actually almost balancing tears about the fact that she doesn't even believe that she's actually able to wear a crop top, and her stomach is the farthest thing from flat, just like mine. My stomach will never know what it's like to be flat. Never ever. And so that really made me realize that, you see, even when I post fashion, it's not just that, it also has an impact on inner beauty, because that lady was telling me that even just wearing the crop top makes her feel so powerful and so like in control of her body, you know. And that really hit home for me. And so I don't feel like there are some topics which people should not talk about at it, because it's, I mean, I really feel like, if what you want to do is makeup, if you're into makeup, just do makeup. If you're into hair, do hair, because you don't know how what you're talking about is going to influence people. The other thing that I really didn't agree with in the video is I felt like it really glorified employment over entrepreneurship. I understand that she was trying to explain that because of her, she's had a very illustrious educational background and career background, and because of that and her blog, she's been able to land a very nice career in digital marketing, which is right up her alley, and she works in hair, so that's like, it's perfect for her. But glorifying employment and making it seem that just because you're employed you are getting valuable experience, I know that that's not 100% true. There are very many people who are in jobs which are so underfulfilling. Like, people are learning nothing. You have the same job for 10 years and you honestly can't say that you are any better because of that job, because you're not really learning anything. So to say that because somebody is an engineer now and they're earning 30k, then in many years from now they'll be earning 700k, that's not necessarily the truth. There are people who, by the way, stagnate in their employment. There are people who just remain at the same level. They don't start earning more, they don't, you know, get any better, they don't climb up the ladder, they just remain where they are. I feel like she is particularly blessed because she clearly has a very nice career path set ahead of her, but I know that's not for everybody. So I don't feel like employment should be glorified over entrepreneurship. Actually, you know what, watching this video made me think about something. Probably in the past, you know, like in like our parents' age, if they went and told their dad, me I want to be a singer, dad, me I want to be a DJ, dad, me I want to be a footballer, their parents would be like, what kind of idiocy is that? Like, what do you mean? No, you need to get a job. It's the same thing with this. Digital content creation is a new way of making money. It's a new way of putting yourself out there without actually needing to go into any kind of system which helps you to actually make you, you know, something. On digital content creation, you are the something, you are the person, you are making it already on your own. And so it's a new kind of frontier, and I don't feel like saying that because somebody is progressing in another, you know, in corporate employment means that you on content creation you're just going to issue like that. I don't think that's true. I really don't think that's true. And not everybody in corporate employment is actually getting valuable experience and is actually learning anything from leaders and from management. And I think the thing which just really stuck with me the most from the video, that really rubbed me the wrong way, and now it's starting to rain, so I hope it's not gonna affect our sound, but the thing which really stuck with me is Tabitha making the statement about making very general, very damning statements, you know, about like, you know, if you're on YouTube right now, in 2 years you're gonna be relevant, in 10 years you're gonna be relevant. Who says in 2 years you're gonna be relevant? Who says in 10 years you're gonna be relevant? I'm pretty sure, I am 100% sure that when Oprah started her show, somebody once told her that hey, you know, Oprah, you have a really nice show, but you need to really probably get a corporate job, because, you know, in 2 years there's gonna be a better person who has come with their own show. There's gonna be a better person who has come with their own show in 10 years. And guess what? She would have stopped doing what she's doing because she's afraid of what the next 2 years is going to hold. If you have a dream, YouTube is a dream. I agree with that. It's like, it's a dream just like any other, just like being a footballer and being a singer. There's a chance you won't make it, but there is a chance that you might make it. And I honestly believe that the content that I'm creating now, and you know what I see for myself and the impact that I have on people, I don't think in 2 years I'm gonna be relevant. You know what, even in a corporate job, by the way, you could still be relevant. Right now you are the awesome person who knows digital marketing, but right now there are people in university who are learning things that us we didn't learn, or that you didn't learn in university, and that person is going to come into the corporate space more empowered, younger, ready to work, and by that time you might be having kids, so you might be more of a liability to a company. They might want the younger person. So even in corporate, in 2 years you could be relevant, in 10 years you could be relevant. So I really did not like that very general statement of saying that, you know, you're not gonna make it, or you're not gonna be worth anything in a few years because you're on YouTube. Other people could come, yes, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to. Guys, let me give you an example. Superloaf has been the bread of breads for how long? And I'm pretty sure people kept saying, you know, new brands will come up and overtake Superloaf. Of course, new brands have come up and there's more competition, but who doesn't love Superloaf? Everybody uses Superloaf. So let me tell you, the fact that things are changing and the fact that this is a new environment should not scare you. If somebody wants to become a YouTuber and you want to start doing YouTube is a job just like any other. It's a job. It's just a job. It's just that it's a different kind of job. And in any job, if you don't evolve, in any job, if you don't change with the times and with, you know, do not ensure you keep yourself relevant, of course you're going to become irrelevant. But if you do always keep seeing the changing trends and you see like what's happening and you see how, you know, life is changing and you ensure that you're part of that wave of change, you can also make it as a YouTuber. Don't be afraid just because people are telling you that you might be relevant. You will just do it. You can, even if the worst comes to the worst, even if you're becoming a singer, you'll be a singer for those 3 years. You can make money, and then if you have your end game, you can be able to get into something else afterwards. My Kikoi keeps wanting to embarrass me. Oh. And then finally, and I think this one was just, I don't know whether it's that I was taking it too personally or what it was, but I really felt like the video made vloggers come across as like dumb people, you know, just as like us, we are just here just like not really knowing what we are doing. People who vlog, you know, the people who I follow on social media, like on Instagram and on YouTube, people like Patricia Bright. Patricia Bright is a lady who made YouTube work for her, and look at her now. She has her own collaboration with MAC. That lady has her own wig store which like ships internationally. She's making so much money. And forget even those people, not even go for Mark Angel Comedy. Mark Angel Comedy is a guy who came to the recent YouTube workshop, who I recently learned he has, I think, 3 million subscribers. He has the most number of subscribers in Africa, and that guy just does, he's like Njugush, he's like the Njugush of Nigeria. But imagine probably someone told him, you know what, you're funny, but like don't even focus on that, just get a corporate job, because if you focus on that, someone else is gonna come and is gonna be, I mean, people probably thought he's so dumb, you know, just like this dumb guy. But look at him now. Do you know that guy makes millions per month on YouTube? Let me tell you, I believe the YouTube dream. I believe it because I have seen it work with people, and I always think, why not me? But in the same way, I completely understand, Tabitha, what you're saying about like it's not everybody who's going to make it, and there is a place for corporate, and there is a place, and people need to realize that it's hard work. But I don't want young people out there to be dissuaded from following their dreams because they think it's too hard, or because they think that it's made for other people and not for you. If those people have made it, why can't you make it? Why can't you make it? You can also make it. You also have what it takes for you to actually do that thing, if you have what it takes for you to do that thing. Like, I'm not saying now I even said I want to be a ballerina. I'm not gonna make it. I strongly believe, even in Kenya, people who are vloggers are very smart. People like Nancy and Joanna. Recently, there's this lady called Farhana Oberson. I don't know if you guys follow her, but she recently opened her own shop. And let me tell you guys, it's not easy, but vloggers are smart people. This is a business. Vlogging, by the way, is a business just like any other, and if you put in enough effort and enough work into it and enough time and energy, there's no reason why you can't reap those benefits for years to come, just like a corporate job. In general, I would say then that there are very many things I agreed with, but like obviously, as has been proven by the points I've just given, there are very many things I didn't agree with. I also felt at some point that it almost felt like she was kind of hitting out at YouTubers based on her own personal experience, whether it was negative or, well, obviously it was negative because the video felt a bit negative, and I felt like one should not use their own personal experiences to make a career look bad, or to make, you know, an entire industry look bad. Honestly, I felt like that's how it was. But then again, I said that is her channel. She has the right to put whatever she wants on her channel, and I respect the fact that she did it, just like I'm putting this one on my channel, and everybody should put what they want on their own channel, right? There was a point at which she said that there's an expiry date on you as a YouTuber. But let me tell you guys, there's an expiry date on you for everything, absolutely everything. I mean, for anybody, even as a doctor, there are other new doctors who might be coming, and who, you know, okay, probably not as a doctor, because in the developing world we need as many doctors as we can. But let me tell you, if you don't evolve, there's an expiry date on everything. So don't feel like just because you're on YouTube, that means that now you have a shorter expiry date. No, if you keep evolving, if you keep changing, if you keep using the opportunities that you have, life is really just about any opportunity you have. It can be as boring as possible. There can be like 1,000 YouTubers, but 20 of those YouTubers make that YouTube opportunity count, and those people last forever. Then there can be the other 980 who don't use that opportunity and who don't make that opportunity count. And when eventually their fame drops, that's it, they're gone. That's why you see many singers who, some of them, they are like singers and then at some point they evolve. Look at J-Lo. Look at J-Lo, you guys. J-Lo is like a singer, then she became perfumes, she a dancer, an actor, and then she's able to do all these things based on her having started out as a singer and then diversifying to all these things, so that when her time as a singer is short, because there are so many other singers who came and her expiry date as a singer is short. I mean, look at her, she has so much more. Yet you'll see other singers who also have the same fame as J-Lo, but later on they are able, you see they've gone broke. Because like, why? Because they didn't they used the money badly. They didn't care to keep up those networks or those contacts, and like they just basically wasted their fame. So whatever it is that, whatever role you are in, there is an expiry date to that. All you have to do is ensure that while you are there, take what you can, do what you can, make your opportunity count, because later on you're gonna need those things that you learned, you're gonna need to put them into action later on, or you're gonna need to have used the money you made in that 2 years that you are relevant as a YouTuber into something else. I'm just saying. Okay guys, I had other points, but like this has been 37 minutes and I honestly feel like I need to move on and like put on actual clothes. But I hope you have liked our first video of the shower cap series. All I will say is that for me, I love YouTube. I love YouTube. I love Instagram. I love making videos. I love doing photo shoots and posting pictures. I love collaborating with brands. And I honestly have yet to find something in the corporate space that gives me as much fulfillment as this has. And I feel like digital, it's a new frontier. It's like it's giving people opportunities to make money in ways that were never ever possible, and I'll be damned if I don't take advantage of that. I'll be damned if I don't use what I have to be able to actually earn a living for myself and to be able to contribute to my family's well-being. I will use it. I will use it for now until the point at which I guess I expire. And I want to be able to let you guys know that whatever dream it is that you have, whether it's YouTube or being a singer or working in corporate and being a head of a department, you pursue that. Do not be dissuaded by people's negative experiences. Do not be dissuaded by those things, because by the way, I can experience something and tomorrow you go to the same exact situation and you experience it in a different way. So please, you just follow your heart, just follow your dream. And I really hope, I really want as many people out there as are listening to this to know that your dreams are valid, just the way Lupita told us. May hold on to that thing. Your dreams are valid, and no matter what it is you want to be, you can. If you have the talent, if you work hard, if you're consistent and you put in the time and the energy, there's nothing that you can't achieve. I've been talking for way too long and this is the end of the video. Please like it, comment down below and let me know your thoughts. If you feel like I have been mean, if you feel like I am not making any sense, please let me know down below. And please subscribe to my channel because I need you. Thank you so much. And again, Tabitha, I love you. Thank you so much for making this video. Thank you for starting these kinds of conversations, because I really think they're important and I really think that they're amazing. I love you. I love all you guys. Okay, bye.